Victor Wembanyama is playing bully ball. He's stronger, he's figured it out, and the league is in trouble.
Victor Wembanyama has been terrifying since the moment he entered the league. But now, the NBA's worst nightmare might actually be coming true. Because through 4 games, it's clear. The league doesn't have a Wembanyama problem anymore. They've got a Wembanyama and Dylan Harper problem.
Loose ball, picked up by Harper.
Oh, that was a
Wembanyama,
And if the first week of the season is any sign of what's coming, this duo could dominate the league for years to come. This isn't some hot take after a good start. This is a warning shot. The Spurs might have something real, and it starts with these two. We all knew Wemby was special coming into the league, 7'5" with handles and a shooting stroke. But year 3, he looks like he's taken a massive leap. 4 games in and people are already throwing around MVP. Not the preseason hype kind of MVP talk, actual legitimate buzz. The kind where you watch him play and think, yeah, this might actually happen. Here's why. Victor Wembanyama is the first player in NBA history to score over 100 points and record more than 15 blocks in the first 3 games of a season. That's never been done before. Not Shaq, not Hakeem, not Kareem. Nobody. The numbers are ridiculous. He's putting up 31 and 14 with 4.5 blocks a game on nearly 59% shooting. His 18 blocks through 4 games. That's more than 24 entire NBA teams have right now. Think about that. Full rosters with 15 guys can't block as many shots as one player. But here's what's really changed, and this is what should terrify the rest of the league. Wemby's not hunting threes anymore. Last season, he was launching more than twice as many three-pointers as free throws. This year, complete flip. He's attacking downhill, getting to the line, and absolutely punishing people at the rim. He spent the off-season working with Hakeem and KG, and you can see it immediately. He's stronger and more physical. His footwork in the post looks seasoned, and he's not just scoring at the rim, he's seeking out contact and finishing through it. That's the difference between a talented young player and a dominant force. 40 points on opening night against Dallas, a near triple-double with blocks against New Orleans, 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 blocks in an overtime win where they came back from 8 down in the third. Against Brooklyn, this man blocks 3 shots in 1 possession and then runs down and drills a logo 3. And then against Toronto, a completely effortless performance. 24 points on 7 for 8 shooting, perfect from the free throw line, 10 for 10. 15 rebounds, and a plus 35 in a game the Spurs won by 18. Oh, and he threw in a casual 360-degree layup just to remind everyone he's not from this planet. He's shooting 80% at the rim and nearly 59% overall from the field. That's elite efficiency, especially at his volume.
20 seconds if they want it, but the alley-oop is good! In crunch time!
The reliable scoring everyone was waiting for, it's here. He's also somehow become an elite isolation player, scoring 1.25 points per possession in ISO situations, which puts him in the 77th percentile. And in transition, he's scoring 1.64 points per possession. That's 93rd percentile. The guy is a cheat code in every situation. His block percentage is sitting at 16.7%. The NBA record is Manute Bol at 10.6%. Wemby is so far ahead of the pack that the gap between him and second place is bigger than the gap between second and 62nd place. He's operating on a completely different level. But here's the thing that really matters. The real problem for the league, he's not doing it alone anymore. Dylan Harper is 19 years old. Most 19-year-olds are trying to figure out how to run a pick and roll without getting the ball stolen. And Harper's out here orchestrating the second unit like Chris Paul. The home opener against Brooklyn was a statement game. 20 points, 6 boards, 8 dimes, and 0 turnovers. Harper became the youngest guard in NBA history to drop a 25-5 line with no turnovers. Coming off the bench, Harper's averaging 14-5-5 on 47% shooting, but the numbers don't even tell the full story. What stands out is how calm he looks. Most rookies play fast, because they're trying to prove they belong. Harper plays smart because he already knows he belongs. And if you're a Spurs fan, there's something familiar about this. A left-handed guard coming off the bench, making winning plays, controlling the pace, getting to the rim with craft. Sound like anyone? Manu Ginobili built a Hall of Fame career doing exactly what Harper's doing right now. Obviously, it's way too early to make that comparison in terms of legacy, but the blueprint is there. The Spurs have always known how to use the dynamic six-man, and Harper fits that mold perfectly. The 8 assists, 0 turnover performance against Brooklyn was ridiculous. That's the kind of game you expect from a vet point guard, not a 19-year-old rookie coming off the bench. Young guards usually struggle with decision-making. They force passes, they dribble into trouble, they panic under pressure. Harper's doing none of that. And it's not like he's playing conservative basketball either. The kid is aggressive, getting downhill. He's already got 15 made layups through 4 games, one of the highest totals in the entire league. For a rookie to be finishing at the rim at that volume already, that's a different level of confidence and craft. Against Toronto, he showed the complete package. 11 points, 6 boards, 6 assists in 27 minutes. Just steady, winning basketball from a teenager who's playing like he's been in the league for 5 years.
Shot clock turned off. Harper with time with 3. Harper gets by Dick. Harper driving and lays it in at the buzzer. It's good.
At Rutgers, he shot 67.6% at the rim. That craft is translating immediately. He's got that shifty, herky-jerky game with pivots, offhand finishes, and floaters that you can't teach. Scouts compared him to James Harden and Deron Williams for a reason. He's got that same ability to manipulate defenders with his body and pace. The size helps too. At 6'5", with long arms and a strong frame, Harper can defend multiple positions. He's already showing competitive defensive energy, which is huge for a rookie. But what really makes him special is his feel for the game and his composure in big moments. Against Brooklyn, when they made their run and took the lead in the fourth quarter, Harper didn't panic. He had 7 points in the fourth, including a tough layup through contact that killed their momentum. Against New Orleans, when the Spurs were down 8 in the third, Harper got them back in the game with his rim pressure and shot making. Most rookies shrink in those moments. Harper thrives in them. And when you pair Harper's playmaking and court vision with Wemby's gravity, defenses are cooked. This is where it all comes together, because individually, Wemby and Harper are both phenomenal, but together, they're creating problems that teams don't have answers for. Wemby's new commitment to attacking the basket means he's forcing help defenders to collapse on him. When that happens, Harper finds the open man. When they don't collapse, Wemby finishes through contact or gets to the line. Pick your poison. The pick and roll with these two is borderline unfair. Harper has the patience to let the play develop, and Wemby's rolling with a 7'9" wingspan and a stupid good touch. How do you defend that? If you show hard on the screen, Harper hits Wemby on the roll for a lob or an easy finish. If you drop, Harper either pulls up or gets all the way to the rim. If you switch, good luck with a center guarding Harper or a guard dealing with Wemby. Against Brooklyn in the clutch, the Spurs ran some beautiful late-game offense. They posted up Wemby on the left block, drew the double team, and got Keldon Johnson a clean look when he faked the cut and relocated. Bucket. They ran pick and roll with Harper and Wemby. Bucket. They ran it with Stephon Castle and Wemby. Bucket. For a young team, their execution in crunch time has been ridiculously professional, and that's rare. Most young teams panic when the game tightens up. The Spurs are playing with poise and structure that you'd expect from a vet playoff team. And it's not just Wemby and Harper either. Devin Vassell is shooting the cover off the ball. Stephon Castle has been dynamic as hell, hitting big shots in overtime and late game situations. Keldon Johnson is feeding off the attention that Wemby and Harper command. The offensive rating through 4 games, still over 120. That's elite. Against Toronto, they dropped 121 points and made it look easy. They're getting layups, they're knocking down open threes, and they're moving the ball with purpose. When your young core is playing this connected, this early, that's a sign you've got something real. But here's the thing that might surprise most people. The Spurs aren't just a good offensive team right now, they're actually locking people up on the other end. You hear it all the time. Offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. Well, the Spurs are doing both right now. They're giving up 105 defensive rating through 4 games, which is excellent. They held Toronto to just 103 points and completely controlled the game from start to finish. The Wemby effect on defense is real. He's not just blocking shots at a historic rate, he's changing how teams approach the basket. Guys are thinking twice before they attack. They're altering their shots mid-air. They're passing out of drives they'd normally take. Against Toronto, he was a game-high plus 35. When he's on the floor, the Spurs are a completely different team. And when you have a centre who can protect the rim like that, it allows your perimeter defenders to be more aggressive. They know if they get beat, there's a 7'5" eraser behind them. That confidence changes everything. Harper's not getting cooked on defense either, which is huge for a rookie. His 6'5" frame with long arms gives him the ability to contest shots and fight through screens. The whole defensive unit is clicking. The one concern right now, turnovers and transition defense. They're giving the ball away too much, and teams are getting easy points in transition off those mistakes. Against Brooklyn, they gave up some late offensive rebounds that could have cost them the game. Cam Thomas missed a couple of wide open threes that came off of those possessions. But those are fixable issues. This is a young team still learning how to play together. The foundation on defense is already there, and that's the hard part. Here's why the rest of the NBA should be worried. This isn't a vet team squeezing out one more run. This isn't a super team that mortgaged the future to win now. This is 2 guys, one who's 21, one who's 19, who are already playing at an elite level, and they're only going to get better. Wemby is in year 3, he's still learning how to use his body, he's still adding skills, and he's still figuring out the league. Imagine what he looks like in year 5 when he's 23, 24, and in his physical prime. Imagine when he's got 5 years of NBA experience, 5 years of learning from the best players in the world. Harper is in year 1, he's coming off the bench right now, he's still adjusting to the NBA speed and physicality. Imagine what he looks like when he's starting and running the offense full time. Imagine when he's got a full NBA offseason to work on his body and his game. The kid is already this good and he hasn't even scratched the surface yet. And the chemistry, it's already there. They already trust each other. The 2-man game is already clicking. That connection usually takes years to develop. These guys found it in 4 games. The scary part? The Spurs have other young talent too. Castle has been clutch in big moments. Vassell is knocking down threes. Keldon brings physicality. And their starting point guard, De'Aaron Fox, hasn't even played a game yet this season. And they're still loaded with assets to make moves if they want to add another piece. Draft picks, young players, cap flexibility. If this core continues developing, the Spurs could be in a position to add a vet piece or trade for a star if one becomes available. Other fan bases can hope this is just a hot start. Maybe teams adjust, maybe coaches figure out defensive schemes that slow them down. You could try to be physical with Wemby and send him to the free throw line, except he's shooting over 80% from the stripe. You could try to trap Harper in pick and roll, except he's reading defenses like a vet and finding the open man. You could try pack the paint, except Vassell and Johnson can knock down threes. There's no easy solution here, and that's exactly why this is a problem for the league. Maybe injuries happen, knock on wood. Hopefully not. Maybe Harper hits the rookie wall in January. Maybe teams figure something out after they get more film on the Spurs' offensive sets. But through 4 games, the Spurs look like a team that's ahead of schedule. And when you have a generational defensive talent paired with a rookie who plays like a 10-year vet, you've got something real. Victor Wembanyama is already an MVP candidate 4 games into his 3rd season. Dylan Harper is playing like a vet. The Spurs are 4-0 with wins over Dallas, New Orleans, Brooklyn and Toronto. Sure, they're still to face any top-tier teams, but the signs are there. They're running good offense, playing good defense, and showing poise in crunch time that most young teams don't have. Is it too early to say this duo will define the next decade? Probably, but the foundation is there. Wemby's dominance is sustainable because it's built on efficiency, two-way impact, and an evolving skill set. Harper's game translates because it's built on IQ and feel. And when you put those two together, you get a pairing that has the potential to be special, really special. The NBA has a Wembanyama and Harper problem. And unless something changes fast, that problem is only going to get worse. Can Dylan Harper win Rookie of the Year? Is Wemby the MVP frontrunner? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these ones on your screen now.